Hello. Uh, I normally don't do this kind of follow-up videos, but on this one, I have to address one possible theme that I missed out on my last video guide about Nigredo. And yeah, I'm here to just say what that theme is, to explain in what, kind of synergy it works with Nigredo for the guide where I forgot this theme or didn't take into account. And yeah, and after this one, I'm gonna put the practical part of the video where I'm showing Nigredo and all the teams or compositions with her or around her on the arena and against maybe one boss or two. So, the team that I forgot to include is a turn mirror manipulation team. What does that mean? It means a team that can constantly throw back and forth the enemy on the turn mirror bar, the bar that appears on the lower part of the screen when you're on a match, and that can also modify their own turn meter or the turn meter of one ally to accelerate their turn. And that includes some characters. For example, one of the main characters that can go there is the No Death No Life, also known as Seshi, mostly because of her ultimate and the passive. The ultimate will basically steal 30% of the target turn meter and she will get it. So, what is going to happen is that she's going to delay the turn of one enemy in particular and is going to accelerate her own turn by the next attack of her. And also every time she attacks, she is basically stealing to speed of the enemy. So the enemy is gonna move slower the more they get hit by her. So she accelerates her own turn meter when she throws the ultimate and throws back the turn meter of the enemies in question. Other characters that can go into that demon composition is this one, and because of the laser beam. The laser beam basically, uh, where it is, throws back the enemy turn meter, but it doesn't say here. Yeah, here it is. Reduces their turn meter by 30% when he attacks. And like the ultimate of Seshi, aside of throwing back the enemy turn meter by 30%, it's also adding a stun. So not only the enemy is gonna get delayed on their turn meter, but they also get stunned. And if this character is 5 stars or more, when this character uses the ultimate and the shield wall stacks get removed, is also gonna throw the second skill again to the enemy with highest attack and is gonna have the same effects. So it can automatically, after the ultimate and after it gets hit 4 times, it can target the enemy with the highest attack and throw their turn meter back by 30% with a possible stun. So you have one ranger damage dealer that is based on crit damage, and one tank that adds a lot of physical damage and lowers the enemy physical defense. So they combine with Nigredo because she is basically the same. She's also a ranger character that deals physical damage, mostly critical damage, and that can perform extra attacks out of turn based on assist attacks. Also in that team can go the Valkyrie Shelter, this one, mostly because of the second skill, the Purifying Javelin, at 5 stars. When she attacks the enemy, is gonna, reduce 20% the turn meter of the target. So she's gonna be basically doing exactly the same that Seshi and Hamuska are doing, but just 10% less. So in that possible team, you have a shelter that is reducing one enemy turn meter while also reducing the enemy defense, while Seshi will be reducing the same enemy or again other enemy is going to be reducing their turn meter while also stunning them, stealing speed from them and dealing critical damage. While this Hamuski is going to be stunning someone with high attack, throwing back their turn meter by 30% and lowering their physical defense, while Nigredo can increase her own turn meter every time one enemy with the gaze debuff moves, or if she attacks someone that has the gaze debuff when she is 6 stars and uses the ultimate. So if she's 6 stars and you throw the ultimate on an enemy with gaze, she will immediately gain 30% turn meter boost, exactly like Seshi will get if she steals turn meter of one enemy. And combined with the turn meter boost of Nigredo on her passive, she basically can outspeed Seishi from time to time. Other characters that can go in there is, of course, Pestonia, and because of the ultimate as well. The ultimate grants 100% turn meter boost on the one that she heals, and also she gains extra 20% turn meter. But not only that, but if she is 6 stars and the target turn meter exceeds the cap, exceeds the 100% and the ally gets a turn, 50% of the excess turn meter is gonna go directly to Pestonia. So she can accelerate the turn meter or boost the turn meter of one ally in particular and herself. And the only two turn meter based characters are these two mages. First one is gonna be the Adult Shelter, mostly because of this. The ultimate will basically reduce the target's turn meter by 10% plus an extra 2% for the number of stacks of the fan admiration, that is her passive skill, after dealing damage. So she has a guaranteed 10%, turn meter reduction on the enemies. That can go up more and more depending on her passive. And this is the last member, the SSR solution, because of the sticky bomb and the captain skill. The sticky bomb at max level basically hits that each enemy affected by adhesion, a special debuff of her, is going to increase the skill damage of her up to 10%. Oh, sorry. It was 10 or it was ulti? It was ulti, sorry. She gains the turn meter boost not because of the sticky bomb, but is because of the turbulent shuriken and the captain skill. Basically, turbulent shuriken, each target that has adhesion, like the same debuff that she puts, it's gonna give her 5% turn meter after the skill. So she ults and she will gain turn meter after ulting. And if she gets to be the captain of the team, her own turn meter is gonna boost by 50%, which is a lot, after the first action. It doesn't matter if the first action is one of your team or one enemy. And she's gonna reduce all the enemy's turn meter by 25% after her first action. So immediately after the first character to play, she's gonna play right after them because she will boost her own turn meter. She's gonna throw the ultimate. If the ultimate is max level, she's gonna boost her own turn meter even more for each enemy that she successfully put a debuff, and she's gonna throw 25% to mirror the enemies. So you could basically have a mix of physical damage and magical damage if you add Nigredo with, for example, that shelter or that solution, or you can go for a full physical damage using that Seshi, that Valkyrie shelter, Hamuski, and Nigredo. Of course, there are other characters that can do, some kind of turn meter manipulation like this Aura, because on her passive she can basically obtain 5% turn meter boost every time one enemy shock triggers, but she doesn't combine a lot with Nigredo. Like, yeah, both can do assist attacks, both can do high physical damage and critical damage, but if you put those two characters alone, they're not gonna combine very well. But you can, if you want, you can. Other that is gonna do a turn meter manipulation boost, it can be this ugly goblin, because it can I don't find it, but it can make someone perform a, yeah, there is a leading charge that basically gives them the chance of dealing an extra attack, a turn right after him. And the last one that can do that, well, sorry, yeah, there is two more, yeah. One is this one, because also the passive, she's basically obtained 4% that can go up to 6% extra turn meter every time she attacks someone with shock. But again, if you don't play Narberal in a shock composition with this Aura and this Narberal, they're not gonna be, increasing their own turn meter as much as Nigredo could. And but still, they manipulate it in their favor by getting a boost. And the last one is the Anniversary Albedo that is right here, because of the ultimate, the passive, and the arc light. The ultimate, basically, aside of giving someone a lot of debuffs and making them immortal for one round, you increase the target turn meter by 30%. So you can give it to, for example, in this case, Nigredo, and increase her own turn meter by 30% after her after Nigredo ultimate was thrown on an enemy with gaze. That will give her another 30% turn meter boost. That will almost give her another turn right after Albedo in question. And if you combine this Arc Light with her passive skill, if someone is about to die, not only they get immune to all the debuffs and invincibility for 2 rounds, but also they gain extra turn meter boost. So you can combine because you have from where to choose. You have a healer, of course, Nigredo as a ranger. You have another ranger physical damage based. You have double tanks that are good against physical damage. You have another healer here. You have two mages, and you can do any kind of combination with those characters to do a mixed team, with physical and magical damage, single target attack and area of effect attack, or you can go full physical damage and full critical damage. Or you can go a stalling team. Stalling team will be something like, for example, the Anniversary Velo alongside the two tanks, a Musk and Shelter to give a sturdy front line, and then Nigredo. Or you can try to buff Nigredo as much as possible. That will include the Anniversary Albedo, this Hamuske to give her extra attack based on Hamuske's attack, Hamuske's defense, Tempestonia to reduce her Nigredo cooldown, give her more turn meter boost and more healing, and then of course Nigredo that is gonna perform even better than usual because it will have debuffs of the three other characters. So you can go for a turn meter manipulation team that can go full physical damage, full critical damage with multiple damage dealers, or mix it between physical magical damage, single target attacks, and area of effect attacks, or you can go all out and buff Nigredo while also improving her own turn meter and lowering the enemy turn meter. And that is all about, the turn meter manipulation team that can combine with her. The goal of that team is, of course, playing as much as possible. You're gonna delay the enemy's turn meter as much as you can, so they're gonna have one turn by the time your characters will have one or two turns already, and your characters are gonna keep up with the speed because even if some characters are slow like Pestonia, they can buff themselves to have even more turn meter and play faster than usual. And if you want a specific supreme one to play with, is gonna be Angel Gone, the original one, because of this skill, because of the negative burst, mostly because at level 3 this skill is gonna reduce all the target's turn meter by 7.5%, and for each debuff that the enemies have, it's gonna add an extra 1.5% of reduced turn meter boost up to another 7.5%. So if you get lucky, you can reduce the enemy's turn meter up to 15%. And that way you will have both characters and a supreme being, a leader that can play into this composition very, very nicely. And because that skill also adds damage aggravation, basically you're increasing the damage that the enemies are going to receive right after throwing that skill. And that will be all for that team. That team, yeah, I'm also going to be adding it to the next part of this guide, the practical part where I go and show the teams on the arena. And I realized that I recorded many, many combats. So I have like over an hour of footage of Nigredo compositions. So I'm gonna throw two parts. One part is gonna be with all the main teams that I said on the unedited guide, the part one. And the second part of the guide, the second practical part, the second video, is gonna be with this team that I said, the turn meter manipulation, and some other extra combats that I already had. So that is gonna be it. After this video, I'm gonna throw the practical part of the guide, the part one and then the part two. And according to myself, that is all the teams and compositions that can be played with and around the Nigredo. If you want to see all the others, like the meta, the speedy, the assist based team, or the crit team, you can go and look the other parts of the guide. And if I'm missing one team and you know it, let me know, and I'm gonna, record some combats with that, and I'm gonna upload it as well. But with that clarified and nothing else to say, thanks for hearing this, seeing this, and up to the next time.